Our investigators will determine the cause of this fire, why it occurred, how it occurred, and what is needed to prevent it from happening again.
The NTSB has a team of 16 investigators on deck. They are on the scene of Monday's deadly California boat fire. And a key question they will try to answer will be why no one below deck was able to escape. Marie Napoli is a trial attorney with experience in maritime law. She joins me here on set.
Good morning.
We know that this fire was very fast spreading. Forensics teams have concluded that there are two possible reasons why this fire spread so quickly. Perhaps added oxygen to the divers' oxygen tanks and the fact that it had a wooden hull. Nonetheless, the crew members escaped and the passengers didn't stand a chance. Do you see many lawsuits?
I see many lawsuits coming down the pike on this one. I think the passengers and the crew have lawsuits against not only the boat, but the boat owners and anyone else that was involved in causing this catastrophe from happening.
It's interesting that you mentioned that the crew members potentially will be suing. Is it possible that the passengers' families will try to sue crew members for perhaps not reacting and diving off the boat?
If they were involved, if they were negligent in their conduct, yes. My understanding is that they jumped off the boat because there were fire at both egresses to the lower deck, and there was no way of saving those people, so they jumped off the boat to save their own lives. So I don't think that there's going to be much of a lawsuit there unless they did something in where they placed the oxygen tanks that caused them to explode. There are a number of things that they could have done negligently that would bring liability against them and also the boat owner.
The investigation is still in the very early stages. The Coast Guard has not really clarified whether there was an explosion, but in fact, we know that this fire engulfed. It turned into a raging inferno within seconds. The boat had recently passed inspection. It was up to code. Does that make it harder then to sue the boat owner?
Well, not really. There's two ways that you'd be able to sue them under common law negligence, which is duty, breach of duty, and damages. And then there's a statutory negligence where people violate those statutes. But you have to remember that was in February that they found everything up to code. They required smoke detectors in the bunk room, fire suppressant systems in the engine room, fire extinguishers throughout, and those two forms of egress. They said in February that was all in check, but a lot happens in that time period. And were those ways of egress actually open, or were they blocked in some manner other than the fire?
I want to also highlight the fact that where this fire happened is a huge bonus, I guess, to those who are going to be suing, because under maritime law, wrongful death would occur. It would be much different, and it would be much harder to press if it happened 3 miles from shore. Exactly. This happened 20 yards from shore, which is not going to be good for the boat owner.
Exactly. Well, it's not going to be good for the boat owner in that there's certain pecuniary losses that you can't get if you were 3 miles offshore. The laws would be different. So basically, if you're within the 3 mile zone, 3 nautical mile zone, you can get all your damages.
Wrongful death being among them.
Right. But I am sure the boat owners have a boat like that. There's insurance that will be picking up on this. So
you don't think any charges can be brought, though, here? I mean, we're talking lawsuits, but charges?
I mean, at this point, it's way too early to tell. I don't think so. It had the boat had a very good reputation for safety standards. If there was anything substandard, it was immediately fixed. They're just a very good reputation in the industry. Certain things, they may change certain codes because those beds were so close together. There were 3 on top of each other. They had numerous people in a very small place. Even if it wasn't a fire, it'd be difficult.
Evacuating would be very difficult.
Very difficult.
All right, Marie Napoli, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.